This is a voice from diaspora. My name's Eric Otieno, New York, United States of America. I have a few points to air out. And before I do so, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, Professor Herman Manyora, for giving us this opportunity to air our views through your channel. Now, straight to my points. Fellow Kenyans, this is the year of election in Kenya. And we are going to elect leaders that will take us for another 5 years. I would just like to beseech you, I would like to appeal to you that you elect leaders based on their track record. Elect the leaders based on their track record. As of the presidential election, I would tell you for free, the best bet would be none other than Raila Odinga, based on the track record. As you know, and as much as I know, the front runners in the presidential election are only two. The front runners in the presidential election are two, which is Right Honorable Raila Odinga and William Samoei Ruto. If you mention anything corruption, even to a child of Standard 1 in Kenya, the person who rings to the mind is William Samoei Ruto. Is that the best track record that we need to look into when we want to vote someone? Fellow Kenyans, tell me your friends and I will tell you who you are. The people that surround William Samoei Ruto will simply tell you who William Samoei Ruto is, including the friends that he acquired just recently, the Mudavadis and the Wetangulas. If you mention the Golden Bag scandal, gold scandal, embassy scandal, I mean, this is a group of thieves ganging up together to take Kenya, to take over Kenya. We should not allow this. Ruto is the one who opposed even the BBI, which brought which made many Kenyans see the development through the devolution, which came about through 2010 Constitution, which he opposed. So many places got this development through the devolution, and he opposed it. He hasn't told us why he opposed it. Yet he's saying that he wants to be the president of the Republic of Kenya. Kenyans are not fools. William Samoei Ruto has just opposed the recent BBI, which is still in the court. Huh? BBI, which was intended to bring more money to the devolution, for more money to be devolved, for more development to be seen on the ground. He opposed to it. And then he says that he wants to be the president, that he's taking the best interest of the local mwananchi at heart. Kenyans are not fools, William Samoei Ruto. Even in this, when it came to BBI, he was the one running around saying that the Railas and the Urus, calling them names, that these people, they just want to make positions for themselves and to dish out positions to themselves. When he was joined recently by Mudavadi and Wetangula, he's the one who has already made a lineup on how they want to share positions, including some which are not even in the constitution, like a chief minister. Kenyans are not fools, William Samoei Ruto. Ruto is so good in lying to the people of Kenya. Ruto is so good in grabbing lands. Ruto is so good in doing everything which affects the local mwananchi in Kenya. And therefore, I beseech you, vote leaders based on track record. Track record of Raila Odinga can be seen. He's been tested, he's been tried. And therefore, please, I beseech you Kenyans, vote Raila Amolo Odinga to become the 5th president of Kenya and to continue with the good legacy of President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta.
I'm Atara Mokai from Kuna, Nairobi, and firstly I'd like to start off by thanking Herman Manyora for giving us the opportunity to comment on the state of politics. So first of all, I'd like to say, to come to Herman Manyora's defense, although he might not need it, I just thought I'd start off by making things clear. A lot of people like to say that Herman Manyora is prejudiced, he's biased, he believes, and he has his right to be biased or to say who he thinks will win and to state his reasons. I know a lot of other political analysts believe that Ruto will win and that Ruto is the better person, which they should also have their right to say so and believe so. So, secondly, I want to talk about Ruto's headache. Since Ruto formed the coalition with Mudavadi and Wetangula, the Kenya Kwanza or Earthquake Coalition, as a lot of people are calling it, Ruto has lost a lot of credibility. He's taken one step forward and gone 10 steps backwards, because his whole bottom-up economic model, the whole idea around him has died down because of this. And also, politically, it's really affecting him and his team. For example, here in Nairobi, Bishop Margaret Wanjiru and Johnson Sakaja, they're having tussles, public tussles, on who's going to get the ticket. We can also see the same thing happening in Kakamega for the governorship between Cleophas Malala and Dr. Boni Khalwale. Also other MPs within the UDA protesting, people like Didmas Baraza. So it wasn't properly a well-calculated move. So the next point I'd like to make is why I believe personally that Raila is the best candidate. First of all, Raila has nothing to lose. So Raila can even do 5 years, one term, and go home. And Raila can really transform this country. Because you have nothing to lose, he can actually work on putting all those people who are here sucking Kenya's economy, kill corruption, put us on the right track, and he won't have to worry about the consequences, because after all, he's going home. Ruto is at only 54. He has a lot of years ahead of him politically, and if he was to become president like Uhuru is looking to become the prime minister eventually through BBI. So someone like Ruto in power, he'd like to overstay. Even you'd like to overstay. But Raila is 77 years old, and in Kenyan or Africa, he might be slightly older in the real sense. So the fourth point I'd like to make is that Raila is not a state project. A lot of people say that Raila is a state project, but the handshake came about because Uhuru stated a while back that Kenya would lose or used to lose up to a trillion during the electioneering period, before and after, due to the political instability. So when he joined hands with Raila, first of all, that amount of money that would lose would not go into loss, because you'd imagine the economy would go up and then it would go down during the electioneering period. And number two, the whole issue we have about tribalism would die down because of this handshake, and that's why I believe Raila would be the better candidate, and this is Raila's time to shine. And then finally, the last point I'd like to state is that Herman Manyora, this is a plea to you. Please get on the negotiating table. I believe you have a lot of ideas, and you are a blessed mind, just like our leader Raila Amolo Odinga. Please get on that negotiating table and try to get something so we could actually see your ideas at work. And personally, I'd like to see a country where it's all about meritocracy, or meritocracy plays a major role, because currently in Kenya, a lot of people get jobs or get into positions not because of what they can do or their merit, but because of their connections. And that's really pulling us back as a country. Thank you.
Hello, Professor Herman Manyora and your team, JDL and his colleagues. I think you guys are doing a great job, and I think I watch every video that you guys produce just to stay in touch with what you're doing. My name's Chris Agonas Odhiambo, and I am a PhD candidate at the University of South Carolina. My major is computer science, and I got a topic of research in machine learning and AI applications, which I don't need to discuss in this video. But again, I'll try to keep these as brief as possible and to the point. To your question, between Raila and Dr. William Samoei Ruto, who will win the election? Based on what we think as audience or observers who follow Kenyan politics. I think we don't know what the future holds, but looking at the data, we can only have a guess. Personally, I've been looking at what's going on, and I begin by saying that I think the DP has put a spirited fight. He's been campaigning for a long time, but he's been doing a race by himself. He's been out competing himself until Azimio came in the picture. So he's going to run the country, mobilize the base in Mount Kenya at a time when really nobody was competing him. So for a long time it appeared like it was his battle to lose. But when Azimio came in the picture, he seemed to have panicked. And at the moment, the DP appears to be running after Azimio, in the sense that his schedule of campaign is dictated by the location of campaign of Azimio. So if Azimio is in Central, he's trying to do a parallel rally to outdo Azimio. If Azimio is in Western, they want to go after Azimio's rally to go do something just to maybe outsmart or outdo Azimio. And I think it's not a very smart campaign, because it looks like they're reacting to the agenda and pattern and schedule of Azimio. It may appear to them like they're doing a good job. They go after the masses and they undo what Azimio has done. But again, that does not appear like they set the agenda. The agenda is set by Azimio. Anyway, so at the moment, I think the DP's team has panicked, which is the more reason they brought in Mudavadi and Wetangula without a clear plan, without a cogent, convincing deal that they can clearly communicate to their followers, and so they're beginning to react to figure out how they play with the math and produce something which is a coalition. Credible deal that will keep their followers in Western. Hopefully, they get some people there, and Central, in an equilibrium where nobody, the center is not disturbed. But again, without saying so much, I risk going too far away of the point. Whatever DP is trying to do right now, I think Raila has done a lot like that and more in the past, and even won the elections. But as we know, in Kenyan elections, you can win other seats like MPs, you can win governors, you can win all these things. But the top job, if you look at the history, the top job, it don't matter how much Kenyans are killing themselves. Unfortunately, that's a sad reality we are in today. The top job is held by deep interests, and that top job is usually handed over to individuals to whom the system feels comfortable with to give the power. And so it don't matter if Ruto wins or loses the election. The candidate who will carry the day is the candidate on whom the deep system, the deep state, has got faith in. The person in whom they believe their interests are well taken care of. And as we know, going by the trend and the developments in our politics, the system is behind Azimio. call him a project, call him whatever. The system is behind Azimio. We know too well that Raila cannot be a project, but the word project is a hope of UDA and their followers that, you know, this is a tag that can tarnish or paint Raila negatively. But there's nobody more project than the DP, because the DP is fed by the taxpayers' money, by the government of Kenya, courtesy of our taxes, and we rent for him a house and a home. We keep him in Karen. We give him top security 24/7. We pretty much take care of him, everything. I think he is the project because he is taken care of by our taxes around the clock. So, but that aside, it don't matter who wins the vote. And I think Raila has a history, is very strong, is mobilizing around the country, and I think he's going to win the vote. And it's going to be a close call. The DP will likely come so close. But the one who announces the vote and the one who's announced as the winner is the one who will carry the day. And in that case, DP is putting up a fight like a man, in panic, and he's doing a good job. But I think he's running too much too fast ahead of his plan. And again, to the point, so Raila Odinga will win the election and will be announced the winner because the power owners and the power barons, the incumbent, will be in charge of that. Thank you, team. I appreciate what you're doing. I'm going to keep following what you're doing whenever I get a chance. Adios.